Hello, everyone. My name is Kathleen McGeever, and I'm the chair of NAU Theater. I'm also one of the directors this fall, so we are here, myself and Assistant Professor Nathaniel Johnson, to talk to you about auditioning and what you need to do. First up, we have a video that is going to talk about all the tips that you need to know and how-tos for an online open audition submission. So he'll go through all of that, but note that the online will be for the open auditions, and then we will do callbacks in person. All those details will be posted on the call board as well as sent out in various email forms from our administrative associate, Ms. Sarah Wisniewski. So we're going to get started in just a moment, but before we do, I want to assure you that we have plans in order that we are going to produce something. We're going to start with the hopes that we have a live audience, and then we'll move forward with another plan if we need be with the changing situation in this global pandemic. But we are theater makers, we are storytellers, and we know that you are too. And we really, that's what we're doing. That's why you're here. So, so stay tuned with that, but we're very excited about the fall shows. So first up, there are two videos that you need to watch. This one, which goes through, like I said, the tips and how to submit your online video. And then the second one will tell you a little bit about the shows so you know what you're auditioning for. So, all right, please reach out if you have questions.
Hello, how's it going? For those of you who do not know me, my name is Nathaniel Johnson. I am Assistant Professor of Practice in Directing and Acting at Northern Arizona University's Theater Department. I teach directing and acting. I would like to welcome all of the incoming freshmen as well as transfers into our program. I am so excited to meet you. Hopefully we could meet at a distance, as it were. And for those of you who are returning to us, I can't wait to see you. I've missed you all this summer. I hope you guys have had very lovely, restful, and healthy summers. I'm creating this video to go over with you some of the audition requirements and tips for the fall productions. And so you can watch this, and it'll give you just an overview of what Kathleen and I, who we are the directors for the fall productions, will be looking for. So the fall productions, I'm sure you guys already know this, but we're going to start with East of the Sun, West of the Moon. Let me just move my little picture here. East of the Sun, West of the Moon by Tina Howe. That will be directed by Kathleen McGeever, and that will happen on the CEW main stage. And then, oh, it's giving me problems. There we go. Clue by Jonathan Lynn. And that will be the last production of the fall, and I will be directing that, and that will also occur on the CEW stage. We thought that we shouldn't hold any productions in the studio because of the new social distancing guidelines due to the pandemic. So both productions will be happening there. I want to reiterate something that Ben has said earlier in earlier videos, is that we are very, very committed to doing these productions. They're going to happen one way or another. You know, if God forbid we go completely remote in the middle of the semester, they're going to happen one way or another. You know, we are theater artists. We do theater. We make theater. That is our job. No matter what sort of obstacles are in front of us, we try to make it happen. And one of my instructors, one of my professors from graduate school, he had a quote that I loved, and it was, "Champions adjust." And no matter what obstacles are being thrown at you, champions will adjust. They'll adjust with the new criteria, with the limitations, with whatever it is. And so we're going to be champions, and we're going to create something really fantastic that will still abide by the restrictions that we currently have due to the pandemic. So I just want to reiterate that, and that these productions are going forward full steam ahead. So a little audition information. You're going to be seeing a video from both Kathleen and I about more specifically what we're going to be looking for each production. But this is going to give you a general overview of what to expect so you can start thinking about it, choosing pieces, and getting your audition package together. And let me just say this. If you feel like you're not ready to audition, audition. If you feel like you want to wait a semester to audition, audition anyways. You know, part of being an actor, of course, is exercising this muscle of auditioning, because when you get out in the real world, that is going to be 95% of your job is going to be looking for work and auditioning for work. So, of course, the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to be with it. And I want to just say this too, is that auditioning for us, you're going to be in a much more friendly, warm, and tolerant atmosphere than you would on the outside. And so it's you know, auditioning for these shows is a great way to experiment, to see what works, to give yourself notes, and to improve as you go along through your studies at NAU. So audition, just do it, just audition. Okay, so the preliminary auditions for the fall, we're not sure exactly what they're going to be like for the spring yet, but for the fall, they're going to be submitted via video. I'm going to go over the criteria of that later. And the callbacks will be in person. All right, so it's a little change, but preliminary auditions will be via video, callbacks will be in person. You are to prepare 2 1-minute contrasting monologues, 1 comedic, 1 dramatic. So 2 monologues of about 1 minute each. You don't need to go over 1 minute, trust me. Usually we know if we want to call you back in 30 seconds, sometimes 5 seconds. So 1 minute is plenty for us to see. Please try to adhere to that as much as you possibly can. 16 bars of a song, and that song could be sung a cappella or accompanied. Sing something that shows your vocal range if you have vocal range. So if you have vocal range, sing something that will showcase that. If you're not a singer, that's okay. Don't panic. We just want to see what your voice can do. So sing your favorite song, sing Happy Birthday. Let us know what your voice can do. And if your voice can do a lot, show that to us. And if it can't do as much as you would like, show us what it can do. So the total audition with the 2 monologues and the song should not exceed 3 minutes in total. Cool. All right. So here's some self-tape tips, criteria. I say criteria, but they're self-tape tips. They're guidelines to go by as someone who lived in Los Angeles for 16 years. Yeah, someone who lived in Los Angeles for 16 years and auditioned for a lot of things in film and TV and did some self-tape auditions. Here are some sort of tricks of the trade, as it were. So a neutral, you want to shoot a neutral, not a background like this. This is not a good background. You want a neutral looking background. And I'm packing now, so my place is a mess, and you're going to see that. But you want to see, I don't even have a neutral background that I could show you because everything is all over the place. But let's just say, for instance, I didn't have stuff here. I would maybe choose a background like this, a neutral background. That just so there's no distracting elements and we can just focus on you, okay? So you're gonna choose a neutral background and you're gonna front light yourself, right? Like this. So I'm using natural light coming from the window. You wanna front light yourself, no backlighting because that's gonna sort of shadow your face. Using a lamp is okay, but it's not ideal. But using non-direct sunlight from a window source is ideal because look at this beautiful light that I'm getting. Isn't that gorgeous? So you want to try to use natural light, not direct. You don't want that direct sunlight blaring in your face. Try to use a window if you can. Hey, but you know, if you have to tape your audition at night and there's no light available, don't worry about it. You light with what you got, but it's just a suggestion to go by. All right, okay. Frame yourself from the waist up. So I particularly, and I'm sure Kathleen does too, I want to see what you do with your body. If you go a little bit too far away where I could see your whole body, I might not be able to see your face. And this is way too close, right? So I can't see much what you're doing with your body. Keep in mind that you are not auditioning for film or television. This is not a film, this is a theater audition that you're putting on tape. So I need to see a little bit of your body, at least from the waist up. I need to see what you can do with your body a little bit. And don't worry if it's going to come off as overacted. It won't. If it's grounded in truth, it will never come off as being overacted. For those of you who take my acting class, you've learned that. So frame yourself from the waist up. No sitting. Don't sit in a chair. We want to see, again, this is not a filmic audition. I don't want you to do some really naturalistic dialogue like this. No, we're not looking for that. We're going to be on the stage on the CEW, which is a pretty expansive space. We want to see you up on your feet when we want to see what you can do with your body. We want to see how you can also use your voice. All right, good. Camera placement. Camera lens should be in line with your face, which like this one is right here, dead on. You know, you can set it up on a bureau, you know, a dresser. You could put a couple books up on there. You know, if you're using a laptop, if you don't have any fancy equipment like a tripod, you can use that as well. Please do not tape your audition like this. We don't want to look up your nose. And not like this. I don't want to feel like I'm God hovering over you. Just straight on, as close as you can get. Don't fret if it's a little bit down. That's okay. Just get it as much as you can, that lens in line with your beautiful face. And do a test run of it. You know, maybe you just do like a little slate and you sing a little bit, you stop it, you play it back, just to make sure that there's no audio or video glitches, just to make sure that the audio is clear, that we can hear you. You don't have to microphone yourself, put a lavalier mic on or anything like that. You don't have to get that technical, but just do a run just to make sure that it's to your liking. And no fancy editing, costumes, props, or Zoom backgrounds. Treat this as if you are auditioning in the CEW. So dress accordingly, you know, dress smart as you would for an audition. No editing. I don't want anyone to stress out about they have to edit this like really nice polished thing. No. You're going to do it all in one take. Don't worry about any costumes. No props. Well, you know, my rule of thumb for auditioning is any prop you would normally have on your person, you can use as a prop. Anything else you would normally have on your person, sometimes we as auditors are like, wow, they brought in a stethoscope. I mean, that's interesting. But if you have, you know, if you're using a phone, you know, and we usually have phones in our pockets, use a phone. If you happen to take out, you know, if your character takes out a wallet, give someone money, take out your wallet, give some money. Normal things you would have on your person, a piece of paper, totally fine, but don't get crazy about the props. And then no Zoom backgrounds. Again, we want that neutral background. I don't want to see you underwater with Ariel in The Little Mermaid. I don't know why you would do that, but I just, you know, just keep it nice and neutral. Here are some a little audition tips here. So place your scene partner slightly off camera. So instead of talking to the lens, put the person slightly off the lens. Please don't talk to your scene partner over there. We want to see your face. So just put that person just a little slightly off camera. Imagine that they're there. Imagine you're really talking to someone that you want something from, and get that thing from them, right? No acting required. You just got to get the thing that you want from that person, right? So, and put that person slightly off camera. Slate. Introduce yourself. Tell us, you know, even if, I mean, we know who many of you are already, but tell us, introduce yourself and introduce your pieces, the title, the play that it's from, and make sure your pieces are from a published play. Don't take any of that crap that's off of the internet that's like, you know, you can just grab, unless it's something in the public domain, like, you know, Ibsen or Chekhov or whatever, stuff like that. Those are established plays that are available now for anyone to download. But make sure that they're from published works. Yes, and then in your slate, introduce those pieces as well as the name of the playwright. It's just very important to me. So just make sure that you do that. And the slate, think of the slate as you're going to be doing 4 pieces. Essentially, you're going to be doing a slate of 1 monologue, a second monologue, and a song. These are 4 opportunities to show us 4 different shades or colors of yourself. So the slate should be you. I want to see you, who you are. If you're quirky, be quirky. If you're not, don't try to force or be someone who you're not. Just be yourself in your slate, okay? That shows me a little bit of you. And they're going to have 1 monologue that's going to show me another color shade of you with the character, or you play the circumstances. Another monologue, that's another color. And the song is a different color. So in 3 minutes, you've shown me 4 vibrant colors of things that you could do in an audition. And the more range that you show, the more likelihood of being called back and booking the job. And do the entire audition in 1 take. To mitigate any of that fancy editing or multiple videos or whatever, you know, because you're going to want to submit it as 1 video, right? If you try to submit as multiple videos, we might miss one. you know, and if I see like, oh, they just did a dramatic monologue, I guess they're not interested in Clue, you know, and that wouldn't be good. So just do it all in one take, one thing, and have fun. We're going to be rooting for you. Trust me, as someone who's been on both sides, as an actor and a director, I do not want you to fail. I want you to succeed. I'm sitting there and I want you to do well because I have a problem. And my problem is I have a show I need to cast. And you are the solution to my problem. And I'm hoping you're the solution to my problem, right? So just have fun and know that we're going to be sitting there encouraging you or we're not going to be, well, we're going to be watching these videos, encouraging you, and then hoping that you bring your best. If you have, submission instructions first. So you're going to submit your audition via the theater audition form, Google form. It's a little redundant there, by 5 p.m. on Sunday, August 16th. This is going to be a hyperlink that's going to be sent to you via Sarah Wisniewski, our administrative assistant, via Kathleen, via Ben, via me. So we don't have that link yet, but it's a Google audition form. You're going to fill out some information, a little bit about yourself, blah, 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 blah. And there's going to be a link. You're going to submit your video via that link as an attachment, along with a headshot and a resume. The headshot, if you don't have a professional headshot, that's okay too. You can just take a selfie or whatever, you know. But if you have one, you know, submit it. That's even better. And if you can't submit your video via an attachment, there's also a box there where you can submit a link to your video. Just make sure that if you upload it via YouTube or Vimeo, that you've taken off all the privacy controls and all that stuff so that anyone who has the link can watch the video. Although I would caution you not to just put it up there for anyone to see. And then the callbacks will be held August 18th and the 19th, most likely in person. And if you have any questions, again, my name is Nathaniel. That's my email address. You can contact me via email. There's Kathleen McGeever's email address. If you want to set up a Zoom or a video chat, you can email me, and I'll do my best to accommodate that for you. But otherwise, I am looking forward to seeing all of you and being back and making great theater and being in the class with you and all that stuff. And I hope you guys are all having healthy, happy summers. And we'll see you on the flip side.
Thank you, Nathaniel. That was great to hear all that information about how it's best to audition online for the open auditions. Do remember that the callbacks are planned to be in person, but they will be socially distanced and they will be a little different than we're used to. So please plan on that and listen to the stage managers when they go through the process. All right, now you need to move on to the video that talks about the 2 shows you will be auditioning for. Go to those videos now. Thank you.